Hello everyone, I am going to talk about Jordan Dam, Australia. So, this is Jordan Dam. Now, let us talk about the content. So, we will talk about introduction, history of Jordan Dam, details of Jordan Dam, technical data of Jordan Dam, purpose of Jordan Dam, and power station by Jordan Dam, technical data of power station, cross section of Jordan River power development, forces acting on Jordan Dam, cross section and plan view of arch dam. So basically Jordan Dam is a type of arch dam. So we are going to see cross section and plan view of arch dam. Now, let us talk about introduction. It is also known as Jordan River Dam. It is the major gated double curvature arch dam with a controlled spillway across the river Jordan. It is located in the southwest Tasmania, Australia. The reservoir impounded in it is called Lake Jordan. Now, let us talk about some history of Jordan Dam. The dam was constructed in 1974 by the Hydroelectric Corporation TAS. In 1963, the Australian government provided an $5 million grant to Tasmania's Hydroelectric Commission to build the Jordan River Road from Medina into the Jordan River area in the southwest wilderness region. The dam was designed with Dr. Sergio Giudici as a chief engineer. The dam is connected with the Jordan River Power Station, which is 183 meters under the surface of the switch yard. Now, let us talk about some details of Jordan Dam. So, as you can see in the picture, this massive dam stands over 140 meter in height and the concrete wall featured an arch both horizontally and vertically, which makes for a great picture from proper angle. Now, technical data of Jordan Dam. So, as you can in this picture, there is a construction of Jordan Dam. So, the Jordan Dam wall constructed with 154,000 cubic meters of concrete is 198 meters long and 140 meters height, making it the tallest dam in Tasmania and the fifth tallest in Australia. At 100% capacity, the dam wall holds back 1,235,904,000 cubic meters of water, making Lake Jordan the largest lake in Australia. Hence, we can say that the Jordan Dam can sustain a huge amount of water in Jordan Lake. Now, important data of Jordan Dam. The surface area of the lake is 27,800 hectares and the catchment area is 2014 square kilometers. The single control spillway is capable of discharging 175 cubic meters per second. Now, we have already done with the talking of some important data of the Jordan Dam. Now it is time to talk about the purpose of the Jordan Dam. So, the main purpose of the Jordan Dam is to generate hydroelectric power. It is being done via the conventional Jordan power station located below the dam wall. It also acts as a reservoir which stores the water of Jordan Dam. Here you can see the power station by the Jordan Dam in this picture. Now, power station by Jordan Dam. Water from Jordan Dam descends 183 meters underground into its power station, where three turbines of 144 megawatt generated up to 432 megawatts of power, covering about 13% of electricity demands in Tasmania. Now, technical data of power station. The station output is fed from each machine by 18 kilowatt aluminum bus bars to the surface switchyard, then passes through three 18 by 220 kilowatt power transformers and 220 outdoor switch gears to task network transmission grid. The switchyard also houses 22 kilowatt apparatus used for power supply to the station and to the local communities. Here in the picture you can see the power station near the Jordan Lake. Now, in this picture you can see the cross section of the Jordan River power development. Now we will talk about the forces acting on the Jordan Dam. So basically the Jordan Dam is a type of arch dam. So all the forces are acting on the arch dam are also applicable in the Jordan Dam too. These forces are water pressure, uplift pressure, earthquake forces, silt pressure, wave pressure. Now, water pressure. The deeper the water, the more horizontal pressure it exerts on the dam. Uplift pressure. It is an upward vertical pressure created due to the penetration of the water into the porous material at the dam basement. Now, the third one is earthquake forces. Earthquake waves may move in any direction, and for design purpose, it has to be resolved in vertical and horizontal component. Now the fourth one is silt pressure. If the upstream face is inclined, the vertical weight of the silt support on the slope also act as a vertical force. Now wave pressure. The pressure towards the downstream side wave pressure and it depends upon the wave height. Now there are some other forces acting on the Jordan Dam. The first one is temperature change. Internal stresses caused by temperature change are important. They affect begin to move the dam upstreams during summer and move the dam downstreams during winter, thereby augmenting reservoir loads. The second one is yielding of abutment. In order that the arch section is more effective, the end of the arch shall not yield. Here you can see the cross section and the plan view of the arch dam. On the left side there is a cross section of the dam and on the right side there is a plan view of the dam. This picture shows the construction of the Jordan Dam at that time. So this is all. Thank you.